Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we are going to be making little cage walls on my rat cage out of corrugated plastic. So basically my rats are always throwing stuff out of their cage, their food, etc. Just out of, they push it up against the bars and it falls right out. So I have seen on Pinterest that people make like little DIY barriers to go on the cage so that they can't kick things out of it. So I got this cute pink coroplast off of Amazon. I also have a ruler so that we can measure, and make sure our pieces are the right size. I have a box cutter, which I will use to cut the coroplast. Also, I guess if you're doing this, be careful because we're using sharp things. Dangerous. So I measured my cage and I'm going to need two pieces that are 6 inches by 34 inches. That's going to go on the back of the cage for both levels. Then I will need 6 pieces that are 6 inches by 16.5 inches. That's for all of the doors, so 4 doors plus 2 of the doors have like the ledge on them, so I'm including that too. And then I also need 6 pieces that are 6 inches by 22 inches, and that's for all the sides of the cage, again, plus ledges. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure and cut my coroplast. We're just gonna get into it. So the coroplast, this is kind of hard to see. I'm trying to get it to focus, but you can see it has these little like holes, so it's basically 2 thin sheets of plastic with little mini thin sheets of plastic in between. So whenever possible, I'm gonna try and cut like this way, like horizontally across it so that I'm in between one of these pieces, and that way it should be easier for me to cut. So wish me luck. So I'm going to start by making my side pieces, which are going to be 6 inches by 22 inches, and this is 24 inches across, so I'm just going to do little 6-inch pieces, and then I'll trim whatever I need to off the sides to make it actually fit in the cage. I'm going to make a notch on each side at 6 inches, so right here, so that I can know where to cut. There we go, we're making a notch, and I'll do the same thing on the other side, and that way I should be able to just cut straight across. There we go, we got our notches, so we have like a little guide. I'll also put one in the middle, just do like a little stab right here. Yeah, there we go. And then I will just cut along my ruler. And I'm also not putting this all the way through, so I am not cutting my carpet. Just put it far enough just for it to cut. Okay. And see, I cut through that first layer of the coroplast, but I didn't, ow, that's sharp. Don't do that. So I cut through the first layer of the coroplast, and now I'm going to cut through that second layer, doing it off the ground. There. And we have our first piece. So I'm going to do that 6 more times. And there we have our 6 side pieces. I'm actually going to do the exact same thing for the doors. The door pieces do need to be a little bit shorter, for sure, but I still need 6, so I'm going to cut them exactly the same way I just did those ones. I actually want to see if I can just follow this row of corrugated plastic. Hang on, let's see. Okay, there we go. That's another 6. And then the last thing we need to do is we need the 2 6 inch by 34 inch pieces to go on the back. And I actually think we might need another 2 of these door pieces because I forgot about the back side of the ledges. I think I did. I forgot about the back side of the ledges. So we will have to make another 2 of these as well. But first we're gonna do the back pieces. We need 2 of them. And this time we're actually going to do 6 inch pieces going this way. So this might be a little harder to cut since I am gonna go perpendicular to all those little corrugated lines. So we'll see how this goes. Just gonna make a few little notches as a guide. Okay, so hopefully I've cut through far enough that I'll be able to bend it. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit harder, but that works. This is certainly harder to do. That'll be the bottom edge, let me tell ya. Okay. It's not the prettiest, but this can be the top edge. Okay. Gonna do that again, and I'm gonna I flipped it over so I can use this side so that, again, I can have the nicer looking top edge. Okay, and there we have another one, again with a really ugly bottom edge, but the top edge will be fine. And then last thing, I'm just gonna make those last 2 parts to go on like the top part of the ledge, which I forgot earlier. So I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did earlier and make little 6 inch pieces going that way. All right, here we go. These are all my pieces. I'm going to check that they fit in the cage where I want them to, and then I will just need to figure out a way to attach them to the cage as well. So I'm going to trim 2 inches off of the side so that it'll just fit where the bars are, like just where, like not including these corner bits, you know. We'll do our 2 long pieces first. So I'm gonna take 2 inches off of each side, or well, off of one side. long pieces are done. So these are going to be the door slash back ledge pieces. These are going to be 16.5 by 6 inches. And then all the ones from the sides of the cage, I just also have to take 2 inches off one of the edges. Alright, and there we go. We're all set. I'm going to see if they fit again, double check everything, and then we'll probably poke some holes in all the corners so that we can attach them. And then we'll be done. Alright, so I put it in there and it fits perfectly. So I'm just gonna poke some holes in them and then we are all done. Say hi to Bean. Okay, so I think to attach them, I'm going to poke a hole in each corner, and that way I'll be able to attach them with zip ties or just tie them on since I don't have zip ties right now. So I'm going to poke some holes in these. Okay, so there we go. Our little walls are all finished. And tomorrow when I clean the cage, I'm gonna be putting these in there. All right, so here is our before. Okay, so here we are. It is the next day, and this is our finished product. That's the cage with all the little walls we put in. I've just tied them on with twine because it's easy. I don't have any zip ties, but I intend to get some zip ties to attach it, and hopefully it'll look a little bit nicer than this right now. I did trim a few of the little knots, but it still kind of looks a little bit messy. But overall, I really like it. I think it's really cute and it adds a lot more pink to my cage. We'll say hi to Rice there. Hello, Rice. Hi, Rice. Good boy. And Bean is here. Hello, Bean. Bean actually isn't feeling too well. He's on some medicine right now, so we are hoping that he's gonna feel a little better soon, but he is pretty skinny. Look at that, poor boy. But he's on medicine. We were at the vet about a week ago, and we're just waiting to see if he'll hopefully put on a little bit more weight and feel a little better. Here are the cage doors opened. So I've also moved this shelf. It was on this side, I moved it over to this side, and apparently because of that, this ramp has to go here, because otherwise it'll go directly into that hole, which I didn't realize. But I'm not going to move it back because I would have to move all of the walls again, so I don't want to. So it's going to stay like this for now. I think it's fine. And then I also had to put this back on, and I've had to tie it like this, since I can't tie it to the bars behind the cage. I've attached it as best as I can, but it is wobbly, and I bet they are going to wake me up with that. Hello, baby boy. You're so good. Yes, you are. You feeling better? He hasn't been eating a whole lot, as you could probably tell, but we are working on it. Poor boy. Rice, on the other hand, is nice and chunky. Look at him. Rotund. So, yeah, good boy. But yeah, that's what we have going on. Here's the bottom of the cage too. It's looking pretty good. Oh, and I've also started flipping these. Oh my god. I've started flipping these upside down to make little dig boxes. So I fill it with some fabric and I scatter food in there, and it makes a little mini dig box. And I think that's a bit more fun for them than just having another hide. I just have to capture this moment because for some reason they're both in the hammock right now. They never use the hammocks. I have so many hammocks and they never sleep in them. But look, here they are. Both in a hammock. Oh, good boys. In a hammock. I'm impressed. Maybe they'll actually start using them. And I only have 2 hammocks in the cage right now. I used to have them filled with hammocks because all my other boys loved hammocks, but not these 2 so much. Hello, Bean. Oh, maybe he'll get out. Oh yeah, he's leaving. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching. If you liked watching this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you liked watching me do things, make sure to subscribe so that you can watch me do things again. Bye!